Happen to. Nobody really knows what happened to the old factory downtown. Arrive at. It took us longer than expected to arrive at a final decision. Occur to. It suddenly occurred to me that I'd left the stove on. Disappear into. He disappeared into the fog and we lost sight of him. Wake up to. She woke up to the smell of fresh coffee. Sit through. I had to sit through a 3-hour lecture yesterday. Stand by. He stood by his decision even when everyone disagreed. Lie about. Stop lying about where you were last night. Fall for. I can't believe he actually fell for that old trick. Rise above. She managed to rise above all the criticism. Grow up in. He grew up in a tiny village near the mountains. Die off. Many people used to die of diseases we can easily treat now. Live for. She lives for moments like this, honestly. Breathe in. Just breathe in slowly and count to 5. Smile at. The stranger smiled at me on the subway this morning. Laugh at. Please don't laugh at him. He's really trying his best. Cry over. She cried over a movie she's already seen 10 times. Work for. He's worked for the same company for over a decade. Fail at. I've failed at this so many times, but I'm not stopping. Succeed in. She succeeded in convincing her parents to let her travel. Wait for. We're still waiting for the results to come back. Stay with. Can I stay with you for a couple of nights? Leave for. He left for Tokyo early this morning. Depart from. This flight departs from a different terminal today. Return to. She finally returned to her hometown after 10 years abroad. Come from. Where does this recipe actually come from? Go through. She's going through a lot right now, so be patient. Change into. The sky changed into a deep orange right before sunset. Increase by. Sales increased by almost 20% last quarter. Decrease over. Interest in the show decreased over the following months. Vanish from. All the old photos vanished from the folder somehow. Appear on. Her name appeared on the list at the very last minute. Shine on. The spotlight shone on her the moment she walked in. Glow with. His whole face glowed with pride when he saw the trophy. Burn through. We burned through our entire budget in just 2 weeks. Melt into. The chocolate melted into a smooth, glossy sauce. Freeze over. The pond usually freezes over by mid-December. Boil down to. In the end, it all boils down to trust. Rain on. Don't let anyone rain on your parade today. Blow across. A cold wind blew across the field all morning. Flow into. The stream eventually flows into a much larger river. Float on. The little paper boat floated on the surface for hours. Sink into. She sank into the couch after a long day at work. Swim across. He swam across the lake just to prove he could. Fly over. Our plane flew over the Grand Canyon on the way home. Run into. I ran into my old roommate at the mall yesterday. Walk into. She walked into the room like she owned the place. Drive through. We drove through 3 states in a single day. Move to. They moved to a smaller city for a slower pace of life. Stop by. Feel free to stop by whenever you're in the area. Start with. Let's start with the basics before we go further. Begin with. The story begins with a mysterious letter. End in. Their argument always seems to end in silence. Continue with. Let's continue with the plan we discussed earlier. Matter to. Your opinion really matters to me, more than you know. Count on. You can always count on her to tell the truth. Last for. The power outage lasted for almost 6 hours. Remain in. Several questions remain in everyone's mind after that meeting. Belong to. This old ring used to belong to my grandmother. Fit into. I don't think this couch will fit into that room. Apply to. This discount only applies to first-time customers. It seems like everyone left without saying goodbye. React to. She reacted to the news better than I expected. Respond to. He still hasn't responded to my last email. Agree with. I don't necessarily agree with everything he said. Disagree with. She disagreed with the decision, but went along with it anyway. Argue about. They argued about money more than anything else. Speak to. Can I speak to whoever's in charge here? Talk about. We ended up talking about our childhoods for hours. Listen to. You really need to listen to what she's saying. Wonder about. I still wonder about the road we didn't take. Think about. I've been thinking about quitting my job lately. Worry about. Try not to worry about things that haven't even happened yet. Hope for. We're all hoping for a bit of good news this week. Doubt about. There's some doubt about whether the plan will actually work. Struggle with. He's been struggling with insomnia for months now. Recover from. It took her a while to recover from the loss. Heal from. Some people never fully heal from that kind of betrayal. Collapse under. The shelf collapsed under the weight of all those books. Explode with. The room exploded with laughter after his joke. Erupt into. The peaceful protest suddenly erupted into chaos. Shrink from. He never shrinks from a challenge, no matter how hard. Expand into. The startup expanded into overseas markets last year. Deal with. I really don't have the energy to deal with this today. Care about. She's one of the few people who truly cares about him. Depend on. Whether we go outside or not depends on the weather. Rely on. You can rely on him to get things done on time. Consist of. The recipe consists of just 5 simple ingredients. Result from. Most of the confusion resulted from a simple typo. Stem from. His fear of dogs stems from something that happened as a kid. Originate from. This particular dish originated from a small coastal town. Participate in. She was hesitant to participate in the discussion at first. Interfere with. Loud music tends to interfere with my concentration. Insist on. He insisted on driving, even though he was exhausted. Object to. Several members objected to the new proposal. Consent to. She reluctantly consented to the interview. Qualify for. Not everyone qualifies for this kind of loan. Graduate from. He graduated from a school none of us had heard of. Conform to. It's exhausting trying to conform to everyone's expectations.